Hello and welcome to today's episode of the Peak Physique Podcast. The Peak Physique Podcast is a podcast for adults who want to get their fire back. The mission of this podcast is to deliver valuable information and wellness and to deliver that information in under 15 minutes. With that being said, let's get started on today's topic. Today, the topic of the podcast is one thing that could be holding you back in life. Um, in life, I mean anything that you might be trying to achieve, whether it might be a health goal, a fitness goal, professional goal, or just generally trying to live a more positive lifestyle. The one thing that could be holding you back in achieving what you want to achieve are your associates, the people that you hang out with, the people that you associate with the most. Um, let's dive into how these things, these people or situations can be holding you back. A negative person or situation will keep you down. There's an old common story about crab fishermen in the Northeast. So um, the people that fish the shorelines in the Northeast for crab tend to just work the shoreline while carrying or having a bucket attached to them. The bucket is where they put all the crabs they catch. And the thing that makes that interesting is they don't actually put any sort of cover on the bucket. They can just leave it wide open. Um, 5-gallon bucket, whatever the size is. The phenomenon about this situation is that the crabs won't get out of the bucket. And there's really one reason why. The crabs that are on the bottom of the bucket won't allow the crabs that are trying to crawl out to get out, because as soon as they see the other crabs reaching the breach point, they grab them and pull them back down. Crabs in a bucket are what you want to avoid. In a human context, these are your negative associates, the people that put those bad thoughts in your head when you're talking about things that you might want to achieve in life. They pull you down to their level rather than lifting you up to a higher level. Um, there's also another concept out there that says that you are the average of your 5 closest associates, and it kind of works the same way. If you have negative associates in your life, you're going to go down to their level, their average, in whatever situation that is. The good news, though, is it works the other way around too. If you're hanging out with 5 people that are in a situation that you want to resemble in your life, you're going to live to their level. So, like maybe for instance, you're on a weight loss journey right now. Um, it'd be very wise for you to hang out with people who have lost weight already or are also on the journey and are a little bit ahead of you, because you're going to live to their average, right? And it goes the same way the other way around too. If you're on a weight loss journey, the last thing you want to do is hang out with people who are not on that journey. They're going to pull you down in many different ways. Easiest way to avoid that is to unfortunately avoid them. Um, which leads me into the next topic of discussion on what our podcast is about today. How do you improve that situation? Um, it's simple. Cut off the people you can and check those that you can't. Sometimes this negative person is far too concreted in your life. It might be a spouse, it might be a family member, and cutting them off isn't realistic. In that situation, in my opinion, your best bet is to have an honest conversation with them about whatever it is that you're trying to achieve and how they might be holding you back. Make them aware that whatever they're doing isn't helping you, and make them aware that whatever you're trying to achieve matters to you, and that you want their support and not the other way around. Um, Sometimes, though, the easiest way to do it is just to cut people off. If there are people in your world that aren't giving you value and there's no way around it, get rid of them, especially if it's somebody who's expendable. If you're just dealing with somebody because they're, a coworker or somebody that you cross paths with at the gym and they're not really delivering what you want, just avoid them. It's the easiest way. Another, good thing to do is to work to get people in your life that are going to bring you closer to whatever your goal is. It's not exactly an easy thing to do, especially if you're forcing it. But what I would suggest to improve your top 5 network is to go places where the people are that you want to resemble. For me personally, I'm on a mission to have a great gym and deliver the best experience for my members. So I joined a mastermind group where there are people that are already achieving those things, and it's had a great impact on my life. I've learned so much as a business owner, and it works the same way in whatever you're trying to achieve too. Going back to my earlier example with weight loss, if you're trying to lose weight, best thing to do is go places where people are trying to lose weight. Maybe it's a Weight Watchers meeting. Maybe it's at a gym. Maybe it's part of a weight loss challenge like the one we do at Peak Physique, our Biggest Loser challenge. You got to look a little bit sometimes, and doing it organically is the best way. You got to put yourself in those situations. Another thing that you can do is guard yourself from the dangerous outsiders. Like I said, some people are firmly planted in your life, and getting them out of it isn't realistic or something that you want to do. But if there are people that aren't in your life that are making their way in that you sense are what I call energy vampires, don't let them in. An energy vampire is somebody who takes your battery from full and sucks it dry really quick. They suck that energy right out of you. And those are the negative associates you don't want in your life. Um, Trust me, I've seen it plenty in my life. Those people just aren't serving you any good, so avoid them at all costs. Really short podcast today. Those are the bits I wanted to discuss on one thing that might be holding you back. Really exciting news. Next week, our podcast is going to be back at the gym, having an awesome guest, Laura Heaton, who is one of our amazing coaches at Peak Physique. I'm just going to have a general interview with her and introduce you guys to her so we can get to know her a little bit better. Anyways, hope you enjoyed this podcast today. If you have enjoyed it, and you know somebody who maybe needs some help with who they associate with, share this podcast on social media. Copy the link, share it on social media, get the message out there. Like the podcast, and if you're interested in working with me or working with the gym Peak Physique, you can find my email in the comments section. Have a great day, everybody. We'll see you soon.